Hello, this is Simone. I am participating in another round of the Stash Bash YouTube hop. Today we are using product that we have been hoarding for more than 2 years. Now, I totally know that November 2016 is technically not a full 2 years, but when I found this kit that I had sitting in my stash, I haven't even opened it yet. I thought it was perfect for using things that we have been hoarding or that we have been meaning to use, but we never got around to it. And now they're sitting in our stash and just waiting for the right moment. And instead of waiting for the right moment for this kit, I decided that it is now and that I will make the product work for this photo. I chose the photo based on the color scheme of the kit. And even though it is Thanksgiving and Christmas themed partly, there are still things included, and I'm showing this to you right now, that will totally work with any everyday layout that we create. And so even though it is a themed kit, it works really well creating this layout. And I, yeah, just when I pulled out when I went to go and get white cardstock, I was standing right in front of my box of washi tape. And then I thought, well, why don't I just pull out some of the colors that might match and see if I can use them to create more layers for my background? Because even though I like scrapping flat and I don't really need that much texture, I do love some texture sometimes. And so having the washi tape here helped. So instead of moving things around a lot, I decide I'm just going ahead and trying to make things work. My idea is, or actually I don't really have an idea, but what it evolves into is a very horizontal layout with this vertical touch that you see me create in the beginning right here. So I have a very horizontal layout in the end that has this horizontal thing there. Yeah, so I'm working, or that's what I started with here, right? This here. And I've been thinking, well, how can I make this bigger? And none of the journaling cards really worked as a background, or not yet at least. And so I decide, I'm undecided, and so I'm just, best tip for being undecided is just go ahead and stick things down. So what I did here was I really liked this layer there of that journaling card behind my photo. So I decided, okay, instead of just always moving it with the rest of the photos, I'm just going to stick it down. And now I'm moving my washi tape around to not have it hang in space somewhere, but be grounded by the photo. Or I need to ground the background in the same way I need to ground the photo. Grounding is very important for me. You probably know that by now. If you are a subscriber to my channel, I really like things touching each other. Yes, so that's what I meant by grounding. So I didn't want the long strips of washi tape just sticking out somewhere. It should have some connection to my photo strip or photo cluster that I have already created here. And as often with texture that I'm bringing behind my photo cluster, sometimes not everything or not very much of this is going to be visible in the end, but it definitely helps me getting started, and it definitely fills those tiny little empty spaces that are in between. Elle Studios kits come with 2 sheets of die cuts that you can punch out yourself, and that's what I'm doing right now. At the moment, I have the idea that I'm just going to add all of those word strips on the left side of my photo, down the left side of my photo, but you will see when you see the finished layout that that just doesn't really work. And I loved this journaling card, and I just couldn't make it work. But I needed something to fill that gap between those two washi strips that hang out in the top and the bottom. And so I just cut down that black striped card. I love those tabs, and I decide I'm going to layer them on the right side of the photo. It says, one says treasure, and that's exactly what this scrapbook layout is all about. Those magic moments that we find and the treasures that we find. Yeah, and while you see me shuffling things around and adding layers here and there, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the layout or the journaling that I'm going to add. This is, we went on vacation one year, and when we were still living in Germany, we were actually somehow often my siblings and my parents would come along with us on vacation. So we had a whole big family vacation. And that was one of those. We went camping and we had a lot of fun. And so we also drank some beer, and the beer caps were amazing. The designs were great, and there was some kind of contest going on that if in your beer cap you found this and that number, you would win a lot of money. So what my sons started doing is they picked up all the beer caps that were laying around. They were standing in front of the glass container where people threw in their glass bottles and were picking up beer caps every day, all day long. Walks would take hours and hours because we had to stop with every shimmering thing that was laying on the floor, and we had to take sticks because some of them were really well cemented into the ground because they have been laying there forever. Yeah, but the boys were very thorough in their quest for beer caps, and that is what I'm documenting here. You can see my son crouching in the middle of the walkway there. No, it's not walkway. It's well, it's also not the sidewalk because it's a trail in the forest. A trail here. There you go. I found the word. And he's crouching right in front of one of those beer caps that he wants to get out of the ground. And I loved this photo. I have been loving this forever, but I never really knew what to write about and what to use it for and how to journal with it. And when I found this Magic Found Here card, I knew exactly that I was going to write about the collect all the things beer bottle cap vacation that we had. I'm working on the bottom embellishment cluster right here, and you saw me. Usually I love attaching things to having things touch other things, but here I covered the border up, and so I was able to bring down the blue label even further. And instead of working on the left side of the layout right now, I am going to work on the title that I want to bring right next to this embellishment cluster. And the big word is things, and I'm using a thickers. I don't really know what they are, how old they are. They have been in my stash for a long time that I have been loving lately. I don't really have that many thickers. It's one smallish bin, and I'm looking for the title. So the title is going to be Collect All the Things, and in the beginning I thought I was going to only use black stickers, but then I decided I'm going to also bring in this dark blue. I have dark blue there's blue in my photo, there's blue or dark blue in parts of the embellishments from Elle Studio and as well as in my washi tapes. So it is okay that it's dark blue, and I actually really like the contrasting, well, it's not really contrasting colors, but I just like the splash of color again, and not having everything being black. But I'm going to use those tiny letter stickers from Elle Studio that have been in my stash for a long time as well, to spell out the less important things, which are collect all the things. And then there was a label in the top left cluster that had a white space on the bottom, and I thought I was going to stamp, but then I found those phrase stickers on the bottom of the alphabet stickers. These are from a 12 by 12 sheet from Simple Stories. It's the Lush collection, and I just cut it down, so I have one sheet, one half of this left with stickers that are icons, whatever, and then I have this alpha sticker sheet that I can now tuck into the bin with all of my other alphas. And there's phrase stickers, and they worked perfectly. There are some colors that worked, and I just added them in to, because I wanted to, and because this is a stash bash series, and so why not bash some more stash. I pre-wrote my journaling, as you saw me do, and because often I get stuck while writing my journaling directly onto the layout, because I start a sentence and don't know how to finish it. And so pre-writing my journaling helps me with that. And this is where you can see I spread out my layout in a horizontal way. So adding the journaling made it be horizontal. Now I'm looking for the date, and that was in 2010. Yes, already 8 years ago. Here's some close-ups. I moved down the brown arrow because I just didn't really, it was too heavy at the top, and now it points towards the title, and it's perfect. When I was done with the layout, I felt like it was floating on the white background, and so I added some fuzzy cut scallops from one of the 4x6 journaling cards to the top and the bottom, and layered it with some washi, and now I think it looks great. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out Sarah Scrabs. She's next on the list. All of the participants in this month's Stash Bash YouTube hop are listed in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.